Go ahead. You got a question? No, go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, so is there a conflict of interest for, I grew up in church, so historically, is there a conflict of interest with history and the Bible? Is that why it's not really discussed openly? Meaning, okay, so let's say for instance, if we talked about this in church and connected it to Christianity or whatever religion we believe in, does it all flow together, or is religion and history in direct conflict? Is that why we don't really discuss it?
That is actually an excellent question, and I'm glad you asked that question, because since I've had this class, nobody asked that question. All right? He's silly. Of course there's a conflict between history and religion. That is why I am teaching this class. For those people who are not scared of the truth, for those people who don't mind hearing something different than what they've been taught, all right? This is why I have this class right here. Because a lot of people are in conflict spiritually because they find out some things about their history and it goes against what the preacher said.
Okay, so I was raised in church, but at my age, I don't really go because I feel like nothing's really happening. So I have conflicts with my grandmother weekly because she's saying I'm going to go to hell, I was raised better, and I need a covering and all this other stuff. And I'm like, Granny, let's look at it at a basic level. Like, I have issues that the church was silent during this, like, school issue, like the schools are poor, kids are failing, the teachers aren't being paid well, but they're not marching, they're not having meetings, they're silent. And I understand that some are getting government money and they may not be able to talk, but they're not doing anything. Like, you can open up your churches, let your kids play in the gym, like small things that are.
First of all, there is a conflict when it comes to history and it comes to religion.
Okay.
All right. That's, like I said, that's why I started this class. Second of all, to answer your question, of course, is not what Jesus would do. The more you learn your history, the more you're going to find out how fictional the Bible is. Okay? That statement alone would offend a lot of people, but I'm just keeping it real because I have to. I can't sugarcoat anything in my class. Okay? So you're going to find out that the Quran is not real. It's fictional things. You understand what I'm saying? And this fiction was based on things that they learned from the stuff we learned now in ancient times. All right? There is nothing to validate where you've been raised at, which is the church. From Genesis to Revelation, there is no archaeological proof to back up anything. You understand what I'm saying? So, to answer your question, the church foundation is built on fictional characters. Okay? I don't tell people what to believe, but I do tell them this. If you have to believe, that means you don't know. Because knowing something and believing in something is two different things. The beautiful thing about believing is the fact that you can believe. You can alter belief the way you want to. But in this class, we're going to learn something that we can know. Alright? And I refuse to base my life on things that I believe anymore. Because I went through what you went through. I want to base my life on things that I know. Because what happens is when you take somebody's identity away from them, it leaves a question mark spiritually. Who am I? You can show me the Bible and you can tell me who Jesus is, but who am I? But because before I became a Christian, I was a person of African descent. You see what I'm saying? So I want to know who Gennaro is first, before you tell me about who Jesus is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if who I am conflicts with my religion, maybe I need to find a better religion. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my take on it.